Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel QA Junction. In our previous video, we wrote automation script of navigating to Blinkit.com and address selection from auto-suggestive list, which is a mandatory step to perform further actions on Blinkit.com. In this video, we are going to write the automation script of selecting the products and adding them to cart. Let's begin. Our test requirement here is we need to click on this search input field. You will be navigating to this page. And in this search input field, you need to type vegetables. After typing vegetables, the page will display different types of vegetables. From these all vegetables, I only need to select the required vegetables and add them to cart. Let's write automation script for this. I gave the comment adding the vegetables to cart. For better understanding, which reduces the confusion, I am going to store the required vegetables in a string of array. As you can see, I gave string of array with these vegetables inside the array and my array name is vnames. Now let's write the XPath for this input field. We need to click on that and then we will navigate here. Right click, inspect. This is the HTML property which is highlighting that search input field. Let's write the XPath for this. / tag name is div and @ attribute is class. Value should be enclosed in single quote. Alright, it is exactly highlighting and I am traversing to this div tag. So I will be giving /div. When you hit enter, it is showing 1 of 1. That means we wrote the correct XPath for that input field. Use it in your Eclipse. Driver.findElement by .xpath. Give the XPath here and we are performing click functionality. .click. After clicking, we will be navigating to this page and here we need to grab the XPath for this search input field and then type vegetables inside that input field. Right click, inspect. This is the HTML property which is highlighting that input field. Tag name is input, @ attribute name is placeholder and value should be enclosed in single quotes. As you can see, it is exactly highlighting that input field. Use it in your Eclipse. Driver.findElement by .xpath. Give the XPath here. I am going to store this XPath in a web element of search. The reason I am storing it in a web element is we are going to first perform click functionality and then we are going to enter the vegetables text inside it. Instead of writing the XPath, we can directly write search.click and then search.sendKeys. SendKeys is used to type the text in input field. So I am typing vegetables. Let's give some wait after click. Wait of 2 seconds is enough. After typing the vegetables text in input field, it is taking at least 5 seconds to load the page. So that's the reason I am giving here as 5 seconds. After typing vegetables, the page will display different types of vegetables. So from these all vegetables, we only need to select the vegetables which we gave in the array. For that, we are going to use for loop to iterate over all the vegetables and we will be giving if condition to select the required vegetables. First step is to find the common XPath for all the vegetables which are displayed on the screen. So you can use this inspector tool. Just click on it and we will be writing the XPath for this title because every vegetable has a unique title. With this title of vegetables, we can validate our array of vegetables and then select the required ones. So let's grab the common XPath for all the vegetable titles. This HTML property is highlighting the title of vegetable. Let's write the XPath. Tag name is div / div. Attribute name is class @ class equal to value should be enclosed in single quote. As you can see, when you keep hitting enter, it is highlighting the title of every vegetable and you can also see here 13 of 30. That means we have wrote the common XPath for the title of 30 vegetables which are displayed on the page. Use it in your Eclipse driver dot find elements because we have more than one element. By dot XPath, give the XPath inside it. I am going to store it in a list of web element, list of web element, and will give the name veggies equal to. Same thing how we wrote the common XPath for all the vegetable titles, we need to write the common XPath for this add to cart. Right click, inspect, and this is the XPath which we can use. Tag name is div / div. Here I am going to write the XPath using regular expression. Contains, open the braces, at the red class, comma, and value should be enclosed in single quotes, and which is add to cart. Close the braces. As you can see, it is highlighting add button for every vegetable. So we wrote common XPath for add button. Use it in your Eclipse. We need to write the same thing here. Driver.find elements by .xpath. Give the XPath. Store it in the list of web element. List of web element and give the name. I am giving it as add button. Now let's write the for loop and if condition to select the required products. For int I equal to 0, I am initializing the value 0 to I and then writing the condition I less than veggies dot size. I equal to 0, that means it is less than the veggies size because we have 30 vegetables for the XPath which we wrote. I plus plus is for increment. Open the curly braces. You may be wondering why I wrote size. So there is a difference between length and size, and this is one of the famous interview question as well. Length is used to fetch the length of an array, whereas size is used to fetch the length or size of an array list. So here I will be writing veggies dot get of I dot get text. Why I wrote this step? Every time while iteration I am grabbing the text of the vegetable by using get text method, and this get of I is the I value. So first I value is 0, then it will become 1. So every time it iterates, it will move on to another vegetable and it will grab the text. That's the reason I wrote it as veggies.getOfI.getText. I am going to store it in a string veg name. So before writing if condition, let's convert this array into an array list. If you don't know that, you can directly search it in a Google. So everyone does that. Many developers or any automation testers, if they don't know, they will directly search in Google. So you can directly search how can we convert array in array list Java. So here you can see we can use the method dot as array list. Let me show you on screen. So this is the array, right? Use the method arrays dot as list. It is auto suggestive. You can directly click on it, and inside this you need to give the array name, which is vnames, and store this in a variable list of required weights. You can give any name. Now let's write the if condition here. So if condition would be if my array list, which is required weights dot contains the veg name, which we are storing here. So this dot contains helps us to verify the string inside the array list. So if our array list contains the veg name, then we are going to perform add to cart functionality. We already have add to cart button here. So here we will be using explicit wait. With the help of explicit wait, we can tell our Selenium automation browser to wait until the add button is visible, and then after visibility it will click on that add button. For that, you need to create the object for using explicit wait. WebDriver wait ww, you can give any variable, equal to new WebDriver wait, open the braces and write driver comma duration dot of seconds. You can select the first one, long seconds, and give here 15. To get rid of these errors, just import this WebDriver wait. Inside this if condition, use this object to access the method of WebDriver wait. So ww dot until, just hit enter, and inside the braces write down expected conditions dot. So there are lot of methods which are auto suggestive. So here we need to select element to be clickable. So write down element to be clickable and open the braces. So what is our element here? This is our element, right? Add button. Just copy that and dot get of I. Why we wrote get of I here? Because every time we are iterating with this I, so this I value changes. I am going to store it in a web element add cart, and now add cart dot click. So we have successfully wrote for loop and if condition to iterate over the vegetables and select the required vegetables which we gave in our array list. Our final step is to click on this my cart button so that we can know what are all the vegetables got added to cart. Right click, inspect. So this is the HTML property which is highlighting that cart button, I mean the cart icon. Write the XPath / div is tag name, @attribute is class, and value should be enclosed in single quote. It is highlighting the cart icon and showing 1 of 1. Use it in your Eclipse. You should be writing that outside the for loop driver dot find element by dot XPath, and we are performing the click functionality. Alright, save the code which you wrote. So let me explain you real quick what we did because it's a lengthy code and kind of confusing. So first we have declared the array in which we wrote all the vegetables which we required, which we want to add it to cart, and then we have converted to array list by using arrays.asList and giving the array name. And then we clicked on this search button, and after navigating to this page we searched for vegetables inside the search input field. After typing vegetables, the page will display all type of vegetables, so we need to write the common XPath for that. So we wrote and stored it in a list of web element. Same thing we did for add button for the vegetables, and we are using explicit wait because we want to make sure that if the add button is visible, then only we need to perform click functionality. So after that we wrote for loop where we declared I equal to 0 integer and wrote the condition I is less than veggies dot size, and I already explained you the difference between length and size. Size is used for array list and length is used for normal array, and we gave the increment. So inside for loop we grab the text of vegetable, every vegetable. As you can see, this I value, it iterates every time and it grabs the text of every vegetable. That's the reason we gave dot get of I dot get text. Coming to if condition, if our array list contains the veg name, then we are performing the add to cart functionality. How we are performing? By using explicit wait. So we are telling that wait until the add to cart button to be clickable, because Selenium is so speed, it will click and then directly jumps on second step. So that's the reason we are telling wait until the element clickability and then perform click functionality. After that we are clicking on add to cart button, my cart button. This is pretty much about explanation. Now let's try to execute our code. Just click on this run icon. It will open the Chrome browser. Maximize the browser. Here it will type the address and select the address from the autosuggest to list. After selection of address, it will click on search input field and it will search for vegetables, and it will add all the vegetables in cart which we gave in our array list. And you can see all the vegetables it has successfully added to cart. These are the vegetables which we gave in our array, and those vegetables are successfully added. This is pretty much about writing the logic of for loop and if condition to add the multiple products into the cart. You can use it in any of your web application of e-commerce. So please watch my previous video if you are still confused. Thank you.